forever. All right. All right, can you all see my screen? Okay, good. All right, so today we're going to be talking about Bitmoji and how you can create Bitmoji classrooms for your students and as a way for them to engage and interact with you. This is my virtual office. You can see I've added personal pictures, some personal touches. Each of the books links out to media and teaching books, so whoever is seeing this can get either an audiobook excerpt or a book trailer. I added a Jiffy. What else did I add? I added my email address, websites, and connected to my Twitter. This is one I would have done if I was still in the classroom. I added some personal touches, and when I hit present, you'll see that the YouTube video will play. And then I linked to, this would be one that I would use to introduce my students to me personally. And then I collected a couple of samples from things I'd seen on the web just to give you guys some ideas. And then we're gonna walk through how you create these rooms. I liked this one particularly maybe for an elementary fine arts team, and each door could link to somebody else's Bitmoji. This one I thought was really great. This media specialist or teacher, I guess, created a scavenger hunt for her students. Everything links somewhere when they click on the object, so that if they clicked on the llama, it will take them to the answer. And then she had her students use a form to answer this as a way to do a get to know you. So if nobody has any questions now, if you have questions now, throw them in the chat. I will try my best to monitor that while I am presenting. And we're going to get into how you create a Bitmoji classroom, or library, or office, or whatever you would like to call it. The first thing you're going to need is the Bitmoji extension. It's super useful, and if you search pose, you will get all of your Bitmojis without words. Now, can everyone mute their audio, please? Whoever's got the audio playing in the background, if you would please mute your audio, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, so the first thing you're going to want is a background. And to do that, you're going to go to Insert Image, and you're going to search the web. And you're going to search floor and walls. Whoops. It doesn't have to be background, but you can choose background, and you can find one that you like. Scroll down. See, I kind of like this one. You'll see that the blue box comes up and you'll press insert. Now it's not big enough. Now you could just stretch it. Where did it go? There we go. Hit this mouse. You could just stretch it. I tend to hold down the shift key and stretch it as far as my dimensions will go. That holds on to your the aspect ratio, and then you can slide it across and see how that looks. And this doesn't look too bad. Now you can recolor this. So if you right click on it and you click format options, you can click recolor and choose one of these. But I happen to like the floor gray, but I don't want my wall gray. So what I would do is come over here, get a shape, draw that shape right over, and then fill it with whatever color you want. And you can, of course, do a custom color. Okay. And now my walls are blue. I think that looks better with the gray floor. It's entirely up to you. If you prefer, you can also go to slide, change background, and you can choose an image that way. You can do your Google image search and these come up. Again, they come up, but you don't have the option to recolor them if you do this. So just know that you're a little bit more limited if you choose to go that route. Now, obviously, we need to add some furniture. First thing I would probably look for is a desk. So I'm going to go back to insert, image, search the web. I'll search a desk. Now you want to make sure you're looking for a desk with a transparent background. If you don't get a transparent background, you're going to have that white around it, and you're probably not going to want that. So it looks good, like what you might see in a classroom. I click insert, and here's my desk, and then I will just resize it. Too small. You're going to have to play around with this till you get it just right. Now, let's say you want it in this corner over here. You can simply go to Format, or right click it, and you can.
Oh my God, yes. Hold on.
Whoever has their audio on, would you please mute and flip horizontally? Oops. And you can move it into that other corner. All right. And then I might want to find a whiteboard. So I'll go to insert, image again, search the web. And let's say I want a blackboard. Transparent background. And I'll go ahead and add this one in. Instead, he ended up buried. A practice introduced to you by missionaries. And I don't like this little area around it, so I would hit crop image and just crop that right out. There we go. All right. Let's say we want to add some cute little lights. Again, we'll go to insert, image, search the web, and string lights. Again, with a transparent background. These look great. I'm going to insert them. We'll, of course, make them smaller. And they are definitely Christmas lights. So I would go ahead and recolor those. And if they're not quite at the right angle, you can come up to the top. If you have your audio on, if you would please mute your audio. We can hear everything in the background. I'm going to go ahead and move them up. And I'm going to recolor them. And I'm going to make them, let's see, there we go. All right, now, I'm going to go ahead and bring my Bitmoji in. I'm going to click on my Bitmoji. I'm going to search pose. And I'm going to bring this one right in. Just drag it right into the classroom. And size it as needed. All right, does anyone have any questions before I go on? If I can
Lisa, the
find it.
question is, how do we recolor things?
Okay, to recolor things, you're going to right click, format options, and then you click, see where it says recolor. You can choose whatever color you want. So let's say I wanted this desk to be gray. It's now gray. Does that answer the question?
I believe so.
Okay, any other questions before I go on?
Not that I see.
Okay, great. All right. Now, I think it's super fun to add something really personal. So to add a picture, I have a couple saved on my computer desktop for today, so we could do that easily. Find your favorite picture. You might want to add your family. This time you're going to go to Insert Image and Upload from Computer. I'm going to go ahead and add this one. Obviously, it's way too large. Resize it. I've got my family picture on the wall. And I would want to have a frame around that. So I would then go to Insert Image. I'm going to insert image and search the web and find a frame, the transparent background. And we'll just go ahead. We're going to choose this one. Resize it. And you have to play around with it a little bit till it gets to exactly the way that works for you. Write that down. And now we've got my family photo on the wall. Some other fun things you can bring in. You can bring in a YouTube video really easily. If you go into YouTube and find your video,
biomedical scientist Ron Beck is an expert on mummies from all over the world. Curious about what mummies mean to the people who make them.
here's a fun one. Customizing Bitmoji clothing. I have not gone that route yet, but I click on the share and I get my link. Close that out. Come back into my Bitmoji classroom, and let's say I wanted to play on my board. I'm going to insert a video. I'm going to paste the code in there, click that, and click select. Resize it to put it on the board. Now, I have some options when I am presenting this video. I can have it autoplay when presenting, and I can mute the audio. So for the one that I did over here, I had the Serengeti video playing, that's the Great Migration. I have that playing automatically when the slideshow is presented, but I have the audio muted so it won't be distracting to my students. And some other fun things that I learned how to do recently is you can bring in media from Jiffy. So let's say we want a flamingo, because who doesn't want a flamingo in their Bitmoji classroom?
Hi, how are you? Would you like to try spicy chicken meal?
No, thank you. Can I have
Whoever has their
number
audio on, please
Kel.
mute.
number
Kel.
one with cheese,
Oh my
Number
gosh.
one,
Kel.
what I bought for
single,
mommy jam a lot.
medium,
Kel and Briley need to mute,
Coke,
please.
please. And can I get some ketchup?
Okay.
Thank you.
Would you like to add a cookie to order for 99 cents?
No, thank you.
Your total 845. Thank you.
Is this Kelly? Kelly, can you hear us? You need to mute your phone, please.
Thank you.
Kelly, it's not muted yet.
All right. So I'm going to go on. So find the picture you want. You're going to click on it. And you're going to click copy link. You want the GIF link. Right click and copy it. When you come back to your Bitmoji classroom, you're going to go to insert image, now by URL. Right click and paste it. And then you can insert your flamingos. They could be on the wall, they could be wherever. But I thought that was a fun way to personalize. That was new to me.
You good? Oh, thank you.
Okay. I think I got the mute going. All right, a couple of tricks and tips that I've learned along the way. The best way to share a Bitmoji classroom or slide deck. When you share, you want to make sure that you're sharing it that anyone on the web can view, but replace what's in this red box with preview. And when I do that, it will let my students, I'm going to come over here and show you what that looks like. This is what it'll look like as a preview. Your students can click through it, but they can't move anything. It's like it's in Present, and it's a little bit better than publishing to the web, because when you publish to the web, things move automatically, and this will let your students go through at their pace. So again, I'll come back over here. You're going to want to replace everything after the slash edit to the end with preview, and that's how you do that. A little trick to make your email open up as a Gmail window, because if your students are working on computers, it may open up Outlook. If they're on a Windows machine, if they're on an Apple machine, it will certainly open up their Apple email, and you want it to open up a Gmail window so they can email you easily. Copy this link, replace my email address with yours, and that will automatically open up to a Gmail window. To remove a background, this is really important. Let's say that you're in your Bitmoji and you have one, you want this, but you want to get rid of the words. You can right click and save the image. And I'll call it fun. Save it on my desktop. If I go to remove BG, I can simply drop this right onto upload image. And it removes all the background, all the white. If you want to get rid of the fun, you're going to have to crop that out. But simple, easy way to get rid of backgrounds. If you have pictures of your pets that you want to add, simply drop them onto remove.bg and it will take out the background and just leave your pets, so you can add your pets to your classroom easily. Another new to me technique was if you want to create your own GIF, take a live photo using your iPhone, and when you swipe up, choose the option bounce, and then if you upload that live photo to unscreen.com, it will remove the background so you can make your own GIFs. Just a couple more things I wanted to share with you, and then I'll open it up to questions. It's another example of a great Bitmoji get to know you classroom. I love what she did. She put her pets in, she's got her personal photos, her degree. I really like this. It's a great way for your students to get to know you personally. Rebecca Raddick shared this with me, and I will share it with all of you. It is a veritable treasure trove of furniture and posters and backgrounds. I do not know if everything has been shared properly or not, but I will share all of this with you. We'll give you a treasure trove of resources, backdrops, bookcases, everything ready to go for your Bitmoji classroom. There are something like 100, there are well over 150 slides. of media that you can use to help you out as you are creating your Bitmoji classrooms. If you haven't seen this, this is a Bitmoji locker. Another great way to personalize something for your students, and there is a template that you can download and easily customize this for your school and for your media center. And I thought this one would be great for a lesson. If you're doing a virtual field trip with your students, you can use this template from Slides Mania, add your Bitmojis, and create a travel themed Bitmoji lesson for your students. And that was all I had to share, but I will open it up for questions. I can demo anything you'd like me to demo, clarify. All right.
Lisa, there is a question.
Okay.
It's a Cheryl wrote, how do you create a bookshelf with links to the SSYRA and SSYRA Junior for public libraries? And can you link it to Mackin?
Okay. So to create a bookshelf, you would of course want to insert a bookshelf. This. And let's just go ahead and insert this one. So you've got your bookshelf. The next thing you'll need is a copy or book cover. Amazon is a great source for those book covers. The other thing that's really useful is it's okay to share the book covers because you are linking it to media about the book. I can't remember one of the titles, so we'll just do a year's past one, Fish in a Tree. I'm going to copy the image, come back over here. I'm going to paste it. Now, if you wanted to link that to the public library, I would simply go to Palm Beach County Public Library, search their catalog, oh, where's the search? There we go. Search Fish in a Tree. And I'm going to click on the ebook one. And you can see that it's available. But what I would do is right click, copy the URL, come back to your book, make sure your book is clicked on, click your link, copy and paste your link, and apply it. Now, when your students click this book, it will take them to the listing of Fish in a Tree at the Palm Beach County Library. Unfortunately, you cannot link to Mackin because it is in the portal and it's single sign-on, and it will take them to a login. If you wish to, I would caution that. Just stay away from linking to anything that's in the portal because they're used to doing single sign-on for that. And I'm seeing from Uzma to get the extension from the Google App Store. Yes, it is okay to get the Bitmoji extension and use your school email to create your Bitmoji. I happen to have it beforehand, so it is linked to my personal. Again, still here. Either way, it's fine. There was an article done by, I can't remember who it was, but they are publicizing Bitmoji classrooms and the use of them this year through the district, so that's okay. From Ginny, yes, they do need to belong to the library to check it out, but not to see their catalog. Palm Beach County is no longer giving e-cards, just so you know. You do have to go in and get a card. The Mandel Library is giving out e-cards. And the library is 100% free. There's nothing, there is no cost to the library. Any other questions I can add? yes, I will email everybody who came to today's presentation. I will email them a link to these slides. So is a Bitmoji room used on Google Classroom? Yes, you can use a Bitmoji classroom on Google Classroom. I would post it as a material, and I would post it with the link with the preview. That way it's easy for your students to access. If you wanted to use Google Slides to create a Bitmoji banner for your Google Classroom, you can do that as well, but you're gonna need to change the dimensions of the slides. I believe it's 1200 pixels wide by 250 pixels tall. No, you can only link to one. Cheryl, there's a good question. Can you add 2 links to the same book? The answer is no. You can only add 1 link per object. 1 link per object. Any other questions? All right. I'm going to go ahead and, do I have a Google Classroom example? I don't remember if I did. I did do one for a form. Let me go to my forms and I'll show you what I did. It's very similar. Nope, not this one. You can see I created a banner for the top, and it would look something like this. I think using a get to know your media specialist Bitmoji classroom and a welcome topic on Google Classroom would be a great way to go. And thanks, Tempe, for putting that in there. And Bitmojis are easy to use with Spark to create videos. If you create these scenes in slides, you can, if I wanted to download this, I could select this, go to File, and download as a PNG, and that's just the current slide. It will download, and if I go into Spark, which I have opened, and I can create a new video. I'm going to start from scratch. Takes a little bit to get going, but if you wanted to bring this in as your photo, come on, you would click photo and upload it, and then you simply click on the microphone and you can add narration. It is simple. It is drag and drop, great, easy way to make a video that you can add for your students and create for your students. Right, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen and let you guys know that on Thursday, we hope you will come join us for how to do TV news from home, and Emma will be presenting that at noon. Please, please, please come join us. We are so excited that all of you joined us today for this tutorial. Flipgrid videos would work too. You could put a link to a Flipgrid video to have your students respond. That would be a great addition. And yes, April Screencast is an easy way to make a video, but if you have these Bitmoji scenes, it's super easy to pop them into Spark and then create your get to know you media specialist video. It really, the sky is the limit. You were really only limited by your creativity. All right, if anyone has any more questions, go ahead and throw them into the chat. If not, we're going to say goodbye, and we hope to see you on Thursday. So glad to see everyone here. I'm glad you came.